Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jay. This is 2 Live. It's been a minute since I did anything like this. I've barely been on that gaming tip for a bit. But I caught myself in kind of an issue today and caught myself doing some things and saying some things I normally wouldn't, or I try not to. But ain't gonna change the outcome of the situation. But I definitely have to start calling it as I see it and start reflecting on my own stuff. Because I can't sit here and preach to my little ones and tell them one thing and then I'm out here doing another. Like I said, it's not going to fix the issue currently in hand, but it's going to do something. First and foremost, I am super aggressive. For those who know me, you guys already know I'm aggressive. I don't intentionally mean to be, depending on the situation, but I am aggressive. And that goes with certain things. Obviously, I'm aggressive when it comes to my family. Things that you normally, associate aggression to. My personal life, things like that, I'm aggressive toward. The other part is that when in confrontation, I'm normally looking for it, which is not the best of things. And I tend to go after it a lot more than I need to. And I'm quick to do it without hesitation. Like, I'm quick to get into arguments, I'm quick to fight. And that's something that I need to work on. Like, my mouth sometimes is crazy. When I don't feel like using my mouth, I immediately resort to, well, if that's the case, then we can definitely throw these hands. It's also not good, especially the fact that I'm sitting here and I have so many little ones that look to me. It's not the right way to go about it. Sometimes you just kind of get caught up in the things you're not supposed to do. Now, with that being said, sometimes you need to put your hands on somebody. You know what I mean? It just has to happen. Like, with this, for instance, the definition of aggressive, as you can see from the front one, I don't believe in that one because the synonyms are like hostile and belligerent. But if you look at the second definition, pursuing one's aims and interests forcefully, sometimes unduly. So, an aggressive salesperson, assertive, vigorous, energetic, dynamic. That is more the definition of me. But that's not the only definition of me, obviously. You know what I mean? People are made up of different things. And, They have different traits about them. Aggression is one of mine. Like I said, I'd rather go with the second one because the first one, I don't like the synonyms. And that's only. But I'm very poised. I come at things calm, self-assured, dignity. I like that. Calm, self-assured dignity. Right? But I always come into things with a stable state of balance. Like, I'm always calm. When I look at issues with the kids, I tell them this is how you have to approach things. When I have to approach things that are a little bit too much or it's already escalated well beyond that point, I have to take that step back and that breather and then move forward. With that being said, the other problem is when you start looking at yourself, you start finding these contradictions in the way that you are. Like, how can you be so aggressive and poised at the same time? You start realizing that you're kind of fighting a battle you can't win, because when you sit there and you try to define yourself, it's like trying to bite your own teeth. It's futile. I can only sit there and dig in my brain oh so much and come out with answers. It's weird to say. Like, you're never going to get that outside view of yourself when you're constantly in your own head. And you can never really take a good look at your actions unless you're in it at that moment. And for me, that's where that aggressive side kind of kills me, is that I'll be in the moment of everything and I'll be going off and I'll think about the ramifications of some of the other people I may hurt, or I may say the things that might hurt them in the midst of that altercation at the moment. I have to say I'm getting better with that with time. Like, I used to just say whatever. Now I kind of hold off. Which, you got to give yourself credit when you can. But, digging in your own head, it's a mess in there for some people. I just got to give it up to those people who got it. I'm definitely not one of them. I lock myself up in my head, 2-3 times a week, trying to figure out why is it that I make the certain moves that I make, or I say the things that I say, or, my actions kind of don't go with what it is that I'm currently feeling at the moment. So I do a lot of self-reflection. And I take the time out to analyze some of the steps I've taken. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that I fix them immediately or that I do anything about them at the moment. But, and that's something I need to work on. Life is something that we're always working toward. making ourselves better, or at least that's how I see it. And I've been trying that for the longest to make myself better. And I can't say that it's working every time or that I'm doing the best job at it, but it's a never-ending job. Inadvertently, I felt like I came across some progress this time. Like, I don't feel like it was intentional that I noticed some of the things that I was saying and doing, but I came across something. It clicked with me real quick that maybe the moves I was making weren't the best, or maybe the things that I was saying weren't the best. And now I'm to a point where I can really take a second back and be like, okay, so this is what I'm going to do, or this is what I'm going to say. Now, don't get me wrong. In this situation that I'm speaking on, it's more related to an action that I'm going to do, not something that I've already done. And the fact that I've already put myself down to it is the reason why I can say that I've progressed. Because sometimes you got to lay down that law. You got to say what's up. And all too many times, we look back at different actions that we've done and we say, you know what, I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to be like that no more. And for me, this is, I think, one of those times where, you know what, it hit me. I'm going to need to. But, with that being said, man, this was a fun little video to make real quick. Especially since it was more of a venting session for me, because, oof, boy, I was I was in it. But like always, man, I appreciate you guys listening. Appreciate you guys watching. Subscribers, appreciate you guys. All the gaming videos I put out, I'm getting a lot of love on those, man. Thanks so much. Overall, man, it's been a good little run here on YouTube. I'm gonna keep it going though. Shout outs to all the people. Shout outs to the fam. Love y'all. Stay up. This is Jay. 2 Live. Holla at me.